November 25, 2008, the Progressive Liberal Party celebrated its 55th year as a political organization in the Bahamas during the combined branch meetings of the Fox Hill and Marathon branches. There were many familiar faces in the crowd. Most of them braved the chilly air to come out and hear new voices in the PLP, such as attorney Ryan Pinder, Cheryl Bazard, Viraj Perpall, and Melissa Sears.
I need to hear you. We are the Progressive Liberal Party. We are the PLP all the way.
It was this party that tore down the barriers of colonialism, ushering in independence, and brought liberty and value and worth to the citizens of the Bahamas.
There is a desperate need in this country for a national think tank that eventually becomes a national do think tank. Where was the alarm for this economic tsunami we now face? Don't they say that they have economic advisors? Why were we not warned before now? Look at our young people. There is a need for the inclusion of young persons in the involvement of national policies. This is past due.
55 years into the future, I see Bahamians taking responsibility for our own destiny and not excessively dependent on external investors to create jobs and careers for our own people. 55 years into the future, I see our market and economy diversify, where not just Nassau is considered the entire Bahamas, but each island is revered and marketed for its own unique character and beauty.
We need to focus on what Bahamians are good at and focus on what they're passionate about. We know the people right here in Fox Hill. They're passionate about their culture. They're passionate and vivid about their imagination and their ideas. Imagine a day when the Fox Hill Congos don't pack up shop after New Year's, but they continue to provide Junkanoo products not only for the local tourist sector, but for global export year-round. That is how we diversify our economy. That is how we succeed in this global environment. And that is what we will try to do moving forward.
Today, I want to tell you that the PLP is still relevant. The party is still relevant until every tear has been wiped from every eye.
But to the naysayers who say that the PLP cannot rise again, that the PLP is not a party of youthful people, I say to them, get your facts straight. The PLP has been a political party of dynamic young political revolutionaries since its inception. It was the PLP that produced a Franklin Wilson, who was the youngest parliamentarian, emerging in his early 20s in the 1970s, who is now a thriving businessman and a successful entrepreneur. It was the PLP that produced a brilliant Perry Christie, who became the youngest senator at his time, who became a prize statesman, prime minister of this country. It was the PLP that produced the Sean McWhinney, who rose to become PLP chairman at age 31 and the AG at 35. All in the same fashion as Lyndon Pinland did decades before them. We will do the same in our generation and do even greater things.
Today, our country weeps. Redundant hotel workers weep. In fact, I've had calls from these hotel workers who have told me that they have gone beyond the crying stage, and they tell me that they are now bleeding. There does not appear to be on the horizon any measure to stem the flow of this blood loss.
One common theme that I want to bring us all back to throughout this is a common theme found in the Constitution of our party, the Constitution of the Progressive Liberal Party. That part reads, "The aim and objectives of the party shall be to maintain and promote a political, economic, and social order which provides equal rights and opportunities for all citizens of the Bahamas." Now, as this country progresses through these turbulent times, we must provide a platform for Bahamians to explore and develop their entrepreneurial spirits, a platform for Bahamians to succeed.
55 years into the future, I see a social system that truly connects and addresses the root cause of our social impediments and doesn't just give a man a fish and handicaps him, but teaches him to fish and understand that there is the self-worth and confidence that is important to the human maker. 55 years into the future, I see the Progressive Liberal Party leading the way, but we have to retool rebrand, readjust, and remain relevant.
The PLP has always been people living with people and people of the people. So undoubtedly our ears and our hearts have always been close to the people and will stay with the people. And so it doesn't take a thunderclap, a barrage attack of mass discontent for us to hear the voice of the people, because we are amongst the people.
We as a party cannot take for granted every opportunity we are given to positively impact the lives of our people. 55 years into the future, we have to create an educational system that will not just foster debate on a D or D+ average, but will ensure that all of our Bahamian children are equipped with the necessary tools to compete at a global level.
With the recent layoffs in the hotel industry, it is reckless to hear our current government say that no diversification would have prevented what has happened to the world, and that we all like to diversify this country, but it's just not the right time. That is wrong. That is not the way of the future. That is the way of the past.
We have to be militant about the diversification of our economy. Yes, we have benefited from tourism. However, the wings of the proverbial tourism goose have grown leaden in the wake of this global recession. 5 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, I remind you that foreign investments thrived. Unemployment rates stood in single digits. That was then. Today we are faced with job loss and redundancy. This is now. Consultative and compassionate governing. That was then. Hasty decisions. This is now. Country flourishing. That was then. Nation in crisis. This is now. I dare say that the PLP is still relevant. Relevant to growth. Relevant to change. Relevant to the meaningful participation by all citizens in fostering political freedom.
We as a political organization have to capture the hearts and the imagination of our people, to articulate our plans and agendas, and to execute them in the best interest of our country and the Bahamian people. We as PLPs are called to lead, and we have always led our people as government and in opposition.
The time has come for this generation to rise up and provide solutions and ideas to march this great country of ours forward. The economic crisis that we now face demands that we move past the pettiness of bipartisan politics.
We have a broken economy. We need reform. We need to diversify the economy. And I challenge you and I encourage you to participate with us to go into the future and create a new frontier in our global economy.
The PLP was voted in over and over and over and over and over again, because the people saw that it was a government that cared, it was a party that cared, and they rewarded this sincerity. Though attacks came, setbacks occurred, disappointments lingered for varying amounts of time, the PLP never gave up, but rather endured.
There is a call to arms in this country, not in a military sense, but in a militant sense. We have to be militant about our people. We have to be compassionate about our people. We have to be militant about our financial services sector. Our industry is in fear of being blacklisted again. And is there a consultative forum with all parties to look at the overall upgrading of the human, legislative, and physical infrastructure of the sector?
We are people of great talent, vivid imagination, and with committed and consistent assistance from the government, we will succeed.
There is more that unifies us than what divides us. The vision of the Bahamas is bigger than us and any party for that matter. Therefore, let there be substance to what we speak and an action agenda so our Bahamian brothers and sisters can see us as trustworthy and honorable men. PLPs!
PLP!
PLP!
PLP!